we go. We did it. We did it, chat. We're finally connected to the YouTube. Yep, we're there. We're finally there. Let's see if it works. We're finally there, chat. Absolutely. We're there. We're finally here, chat. We're here. Anyways, for those who are from the YouTube of both Christy Shins and also Indie Comics Network, hello. Welcome to the HoraToraStudios lunch hour takeover by Hyde Studio. I'm your host, Hoy, illustrator, animator, graphic designer, and voice actor. And here we are taking over Christy Shins' lunch hour. So here we are. If you're familiar with us here from Hyde Studio, we usually do it from Tuesdays as we do double streams, which, by the way, this is also another rando double stream. But if you happen to go to Hyde Studios, we're going to be back again around 7 today. So if you like our streams, and also don't forget to like and subscribe with Christy Shin and stuff like that is the case. I'm gonna re-promote this again, but coming up over on the April 13th over here, which is not that long. This is in 3 days. Christy Shin is going to be over at the Chatsworth Block Fest, which is happening over here. So that's happening whatsoever from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So you happen to be over at Chatsworth Block Fest, please stop by her booth and stuff like that. And not only that, she's also going to be over at the Calgary Expo from April 25th through the 28th and stuff like that. So she's going to have a booth. She's going to be boothing over there too. So you can check it out. Did you know that Christy Shin is also the president of CAPS? It's wild. I know. Crazy. Unheard of. Unheard of. I know. Unheard of. I know. It's wild. Hey, boo. I was waiting for Christy. Oh, look. Hey, Quentin. I'm so confused. So, hello, guys. Welcome. So, Christy Shin is outing and abouting right now, is the case. And she asked me to take over lunch hour, is the case. So, that's what's happening here. So, I'm taking over. So, this is the lunch hour, Christy Shin's lunch hour takeover edition by Hyde Studio. So that's what's going on here. But yeah, how you doing, Chad? Also, I wanted to say thank you for joining our Discord, mind you. Thank you. And how you doing, Quentin? What's going on? I didn't see you last time yesterday, so I assume you're probably gone. So it's all good. But yeah, we finally got it connected to the ICN YouTube and Christy Shin's YouTube. It was being weird for a little bit, for like I think the past 18-20 minutes. It was odd. So that's what we're doing today. We're illustrating some icons and whatnot. So yeah, like I said, I was showing earlier, I was just getting I finished off this Onkaribo, which came out super nice. Came out really nice. Been doing good. Working on a video for the upcoming book. Oh, yeah? How's that coming along? Are you editing it in Adobe After Effects, or are you doing it in Premiere? Or maybe you're editing it over in Adobe Photoshop. Which program are you using, Chad, to work on your upcoming book for your video making? Which is wild. But yeah, we finished off this Onkaribo here, which I'm totally stoked that a lot of this shit came out really nice. So we're working on it. Let's save you. Actually, we're gonna bring you down. Gonna save you. Maybe here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna shrink Hoy a little bit smaller, I think. Am I hitting shift on this? No. All right, there you go. So I'm gonna do that. We're gonna hit shift, or shit, as I like to call it. We're gonna hit shit. All right, there we go. This is what I wanted. Oh no! Premiere, it's terrible, but that's what I know. It's the only program I know. Adobe Premiere. I know Premiere and also Adobe After Effects. Actually, Chad, if you happen to have After Effects, they're both easy to like transfer videos back and forth. It's like drinking fine wine. If you know Premiere, then you'll definitely know After Effects. Yesterday, I moved in my mom's place for over a month because there's a total renovation. Oh, really? How long is the renovations going to take? I need to learn Clip Studio, move away from... I mean, Clip Studio's okay, but Clip Studio is not great for animation due to it being limited than anything else. I would recommend playing with programs such as like Toon Boom, if you want to play with Toon Boom, which is far superior. But Clip Studio can't really do video editing as much, so you're better off just doing editing in Premiere or After Effects. That bad. You can actually edit video in Photoshop. Did you know that? We got the recent new Photoshop. You can edit in Photoshop 100%. So I want to know is what made Chad Perkins join the Hyde Herman Studio Discord. I'm curious. That's what I would like to know. Chad wants to be part of the community, which I'm okay. Yeah, I have the newest Photoshop, but I've dabbled in it. It's good for gift making. Oh, it's way more for gift making, Chad. I can tell you that. Way more. 100%. You can also, did you know you can also edit MP4s on there, and you can save the same MP4 as an MP4? Wild. You know what's weird? What I hate about Premiere, it makes it difficult to save as an MP4 directly. But when you edit in Photoshop, in the video and stuff like that, and save it as an MP4, go like, oh yeah, I can save it as an MP4, no problem. Boom. Automatically an MP4. But in Premiere, it's like, I don't know. Same with like After Effects. You have to like fucking jump through a lot of hoops to get to it as an MP4. Like, what an upset. Because it'll be like, well, what do you want it to be as like an MOV, like QuickTime? You gotta install QuickTime by Apple. I just don't get why fucking QuickTime needs to be involved. But I guess I was told in the newest version of After Effects, you can save it directly as an MP4. So I'm like, okay, great. We're both part of the ICN, so I just supporting the group stuff. Oh, well, thank you. No use VLC. Got it. No, that makes lots of sense. Absolutely. Makes sense. Are you actually, I did not know that about Photoshop with MP4. Yeah, you can actually save it as an MP4 whatsoever. If you go to export and stuff like that, if you export it out, then you can export as MP4 100%. That way you don't lose, if you're doing video editing, you don't lose quality. Not only that, you can also export it as a sequence, as an image sequence too. And you can, if you're doing image sequences, especially when it comes to like PNG with transparency and stuff like that, especially with GIFs, you can definitely get away with like image sequences and then bring it into like animation programs and stuff like that. It's really fun. That's what this like the VTuber that you're looking at now is a lot of image sequences that's done through PNGs and stuff like that. Is the case. Actually, let's do this. Let's go to one. There we go. See, so it's easier to make a VTuber that way? Yeah, So the program that I use is called PNG Tuber Plus, is the case. And so that's what I use, is the one. And so the way PNG Tuber Plus runs on a lot of image sequences, and it does it in the same way as how should I put it? I'm trying to think on the top of my mind. I was just talking about this like literally yesterday, but there's a term for it where it's like GIF, not GIF, but like how in video games there's like an image side by side and stuff like that. It shows you like the animation in that way, and there's a term for that, but I just can't think of it on the top of my fucking mind here. It's driving me crazy. Help me, chat. Help me, Chad. Instead of chat, I just call it Chad. Chad is now chat now. Or chat is now Chad. So it's going to take a whole month for renovations for you, Quentin. Is that right? Is that what I'm hearing? Living with your mommy this time. But yeah, there's like a whole term of it. God, what am I trying to think of it? It's called when animation is next to each other on one frame. I'm trying to think of it. Or actually, pixel. What is it called? What is it called in pixel animation? There's like a whole fucking term, and I was just talking about this. It's not rotoscoping. Damn it. Oh, so sprite. So that's the term I was looking for. I was looking for sprite. So the way how like, no, not rotoscoping. That's drawing on. Yeah, that's drawing when you're doing like on from video to illustration. That's when you're like rotoscoping. I remember people used to frown on rotoscoping because they're like, oh, that's cheating, blah 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 blah, and it's not real art, blah 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 blah. But then you know what? After you like get older and everything else, you're like, oh, this is actually pretty good. That's good, because rotoscoping still requires like a lot of work. But so everything is done in a sprite, which means that in sprite animation, it's animation side by side on one image on a PNG. Yeah, rotoscoping is definitely really fucking hard. Absolutely. You know what's interesting? When I was young, when I did my first animation class, I thought it was like lazy. I said, oh, rotoscoping is just another lazy form of animation and stuff like that. But turns out I was wrong. Rotoscoping is a lot of fucking work. I definitely commend Don Bluth from The Secret of Nim. There's a lot of rotoscoping in The Secret of Nim, and holy shit, that stuff looked fucking cool. Absolutely, it definitely looked cool. There's an update version called Rotoscope. Oh, really? On Photoshop? There's a lot of plugins that Photoshop has. So with the PNG Tuber Plus program that I have, it's on a thing called a sprite. And so what that means is that there's these animations on one image. And there's a frame that's going really fast on the sprite animation, is the case. And they're going really fast. So you got to tell it to be at this speed at this time. And so it keeps it look like an animation. So that's what's going on here, is the case. Now, I wish PNG Tuber Plus would add, different other formats. Like maybe, I don't know, a GIF or maybe a, how should I put it? A WebM with transparency at best, or an MOV with transparency. I would definitely love that a little bit more. Ralph Batsky is the king of yeah, absolutely. Ralph Batsky is definitely the king of rotoscoping for sure. I don't know why. Like, people shitted on Ralph Bakshi and many other people who were doing that at the time and be like, oh, this is garbage. It looks like shit. But when you like rewatch it again, you're like, oh, this is actually pretty good. If anything else. Did anyone hear that Pink Floyd picked an AI animation over a fucking, like, you know, actual animation by a guy named Yosh? Like, what the fuck? Like, who picked an AI animated piece of a guitar, like, forming? Like, what the flying fuck? Like, that's wild to me. That's fucking wild. Like, I just watched the animation by Yosh, and that was really good. It definitely screams Pink Floyd, psychedelic shit whatsoever. It was, like, amazing. But this AI animation is, like, with the fucking guitar format, I was like, oh, this is garbage. Why would you pick this slop? You pick this fucking slop here over a guy who put in a lot of fucking hours. Like, jeez. Stupid. I heard about Rotoscope during Fire and Ice director's cut. Really? What did they say in the director's commentary for Fire and Ice, Quentin? I would like to know. I'm curious. Well, I would definitely like to know. All right, let's do you. Maybe we'll do it in the. Go to you, pop. All right, dope. And then here we're at. This is where we do the magic right here. We're doing the magic right here. That'll be fine. I'll be able to erase that. No big whoopee whoops. I can't remember the artist's name, but he photographed himself and his friends in different areas wearing silly costumes and paints them into completely different things. He took photos of himself and his friends on a playscape, acting like they're all falling off a boat, and then he turned the playscape and I'm trying to think who that is. That sounds really familiar. There's a guy who also does like rotoscoping as well, and I saw his way he does it, and I think it's really fascinating. He actually has an animated piece or an animated scene that he did for Smiling Friends on Adult Swim. That's like a scene that he did and stuff like that. I wish he can still clean it up, but like other than that, it's like damn. And it's done like a mixture of things of rotoscoping and like AI stuff. But at least he's like, you know, because the way he does it, he illustrates it, and then he does like the whole frame flows, I guess, from what I understand. The situation, we're going to turn you into black is what we're doing. Pop, there we go. See, look at that. We have it. It's done. A lot of trivia facts about Fire and Ice and BTS work and wrote. BTS work? Like the band? I think you mean Bakshi, right? Ralph Bakshi. God damn it. Crazy, I know. That is a little bit too light for me, so we're gonna go like that. All right, perfect. This is what we wanted the whole time. Or maybe we want that down to the bottom. There we go. This is what we wanted. Funny you mentioned Fire and Ice. I come back from a cruise a few weeks ago and went to a premiere of Thomas Kincaid's Disney painting gallery. There was a Thomas Kincaid Disney painting. I didn't even know Thomas Kincaid did anything for Disney. Or was it? I didn't even think Thomas Kincaid did stuff for Walt. Or was it like a Thomas Kincaid-esque like painting in Disney style, right? Of these characters. It was on the ship. Was it on the Disney Red Boat cruise? Only on the Disney Red Boat. Or was it just on the Disney booze? Or Disney booze. I mean, Disney cruise. I would like Disney booze. Disney booze is the best. And then I can agree with the capitalists on the ship. Did you know, actually, speaking of cruises, San Diego Comic-Con is going to be doing a San Diego Comic-Con cruise in the year 2025. And guess what? They are accepting applications for exhibitor and artist alley. That's right. But however, I was told that they're a little bit picky on who they want. They want a personality type because guess what? There's celebrities on the cruise is the main case. But you know what's the perk here? Since we're on international waters, you know what that means, right? You don't have to pay taxes. Wild. What was it, the Disney cruise that you're on? Or was there happen like a Thomas Kincaid painting on this cruise? Were you on the Carnival? Or was it a Disney Cruise Line ship? I wouldn't expect Chad Perkins to be a Disney fan. Are you a big Disney fan, Chad? Ooh, a Carnival Cruise Line. But he did 37 paintings. 6 are done by him, but it was for the 100th celebration. Ah, you are a Disney fan. Is Thomas Kincaid even alive? I thought he was like dead. He only had 36 paintings, but 6 are done by him. Others were done by a studio. Oh, I didn't know he had a studio. So there's people mimicking the Kincaid art style. I wonder how bastardized that is, because I feel like... Hi, from Metal Mac, it's Carlos Euros TV. How you doing? Welcome. This is the Hyde Herm Studio takeover of Christy Shin's lunch hour. Is what we're doing here because Christy Shin is outing and abouting is the case, so she can't be able to make it due to conflicting schedules at this time. So that's why I'm taking over for today. Usually I don't do Wednesdays, but you know, Christy Shin asked me personally to do this, so I've gotten approval, or else I would not be here in the first place, you know? But yeah, how you doing, Carlos? What's going on? You're expecting Christy Shin? Well, you're wrong. You get Hoy instead from Hyde Herman Studio. Absolutely. Get a fellow VTuber here. I had a guy yesterday telling me that he hates VTubers from yesterday's stream. I'm okay, you're doing good. I'm glad to hear it. The studio pieces are still really good, but you can tell the difference. Yeah, you definitely could. Like, it must be like difficult to try to keep up with Thomas Kincaid's art style, right? But I'm pretty sure over the years, there's going to be new people and they're going to keep bastardizing Kincaid's art style whatsoever over the years. It's not going to look like a fucking Thomas Kincaid, but it's like, well, it's still under the Kincaid brand. So, therefore it's still a Kincaid even after his death. And it's like, Jesus, fuck, dude, just let it go. I wonder if there's like a Salvador Dali studio that's people who try to fucking mimic Salvador Dali's art style. I wonder, but it's not even like people who do that. Or Da Vinci Studio, where people try to mimic fucking Leonardo da Vinci. Like, what an upset. That would be like, ugh. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Where is your accent from? What do you mean? What do you mean, where's my accent from? How could this be? I'm just your friendly local statesman. I will say this. So, if you want to know, Texas, I am not from Texas, sadly. Definitely not from Texas over there. Not from Texas. I'm just I'm a voice actor. That's what I do. I did almost buy one of the paintings. You did? How much was the paintings? How much were they for a Kincaid-like-esque painting? That's not even a real Kincaid. No, so I'll let you know. So, what I have is, so I am Irish, Scottish, Welsh, German, and Italian. But I'm also California native. I'll let you know on that one. So I'm definitely not from Texas, 100%. There we go. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, no. All right, there we go. Here we gotta fix this now. Look at that. All right, there you go. See, I gotta be a little bit anal on certain things, you know? Oh, no. That's all right. Let's see, the ones that were done by him specifically, I was looking at, was really 2,500 by Kincaid piece? It was an Aladdin piece. I would think it'd be like way more. You know what? If there was a piece that was being done, like an actual like Kincaid piece, I wouldn't think it would be 2,500. I think that would probably be like a reprint, if anything else, being sold for 2,500. Because I think that's really ballsy to sell like a real Kincaid piece for 2,500, especially if it's like, Aladdin. I think it'd be a reprint than anything else. Because I know there's a lot of reprints, and I know how that works on the ships too. Rancho Cucamonga. Believe in having art affordable. Really? Is that true? Kincaid believe having art affordable? I don't think so. Because he's like one of the few artists that became super wealthy. But I think it was like a reprint. It has to be a reprint because we're looking at like at a Disney piece, right? So let's say I mean, look it up. Let's say Kincaid Aladdin art, right? Like it has to be on there because if I type in Aladdin, was it? So let me ask this. So let's go over to the commentary research zone here quickly while we're at it, right? So let's go to the research zone here. So was it this piece? It has to be this piece, right? This is Thomas Kincaid. Because it has to be like a reprint. It has to. Because there's so many of these. Was it this one for that? Because it can't be like the Kincaid piece. Because it has to be like some kind of like reprint. Or was it this one? Because I definitely like to know on that. A lot of Kincaid pieces here. The first one. It was the original? Okay. You could have had a Kincaid piece, Chad. Do you I'm curious, Chad, do you have money to purchase like expensive pieces like that? Where would you put it exactly? I wonder like people who like purchase like I'm gonna purchase a Kincaid piece and it's gonna go in my restroom. Kincaid, you belong in the bathroom. Sorry. Into the restroom you belong. So would you do you have the money to purchase stuff like that? What this be, says Lawrence. Well, just to let you know, this is a Hyde Herman Studio takeover, by the way. So this is Lunch Hour with Hyde Herman Studio takeover with your host Hoy and stuff like that. So what happened here is that Christy is outing and abouting, and she told me to take it over for her because she's due to conflictions of events and whatnot. The Cucumber Man. What do you mean by the Cucumber Man? I'm not understanding what you mean by Cucumber Man, Carlos. But yeah, Pickle Man. Anyways, how you doing, Lawrence? How you doing? How's your show for Titmouse coming out, by the way? I'm curious, because I know you're working over at Titmouse now, right? Pickle Man? Don't you mean Pickle Rick? It's okay. You don't have to talk about your finances live. I'm just asking if you would actually purchase the painting. And if you did, where would you stick the painting at? Would you stick it in the restroom? Or would you stick it in the living room? Where would you stick that Kincaid painting if you did purchase it whatsoever, Chad? I would like to delve into the financial aspect of my life. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to comic book for Chris P. It's all good. I would have. I'd put it in the garage behind some pink. In the garage you go, Kincaid. Kidding, I'll just put it in the living room. Most people just stick like fucking paintings like that in the restroom and be like, well, that's good. You're working on a comic for Chris P? That's fucking cool. That's really fucking cool. Firstborn unicorn. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm doing really good. I've been vending at a lot of shows and stuff like that, and I've been working on some comics and some. Right now, Kai and I are working on we're doing interstitial shorts for HoraToraStudios and stuff like that. So expect that to happen soon. We just finished the storyboard for the first interstitial short for YouTube Shorts of HoraToraStudios. Then I'll be doing another short for Coconut Dragons and stuff like that. So that's gonna be great. We're gonna be doing some animated shorts. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, I've been doing really well. I'm glad you're doing a comic. I wonder if your cartoon's gonna get picked up, because I know you've been like shopping out around. So to give some context of why they were lower in price, it was for that one gallery showing only before they went for auctions. So they probably went. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You'll have an hour until you couldn't buy them. I wonder if that's the grift. Because did you go there on the next day and it was like still there and like salesmen be like, it's going to be an auction soon. If you don't get it, then it's not gonna be. And then you buy it and they just replace it with another one. I wonder if that's the grift. Right? Because if I was a salesman and stuff like that, and I needed to like sell these Kincaid paintings that I have, right? I have these Kincaid paintings, and I'll be like, listen, this is the only time this is going to be in, and I'll be like doing a FOMO. I was doing a FOMO on these Kincaid paintings. I'll be like, you gotta buy these Kincaid paintings, and this is the only time because don't let the question me. You're on a fucking like cruise line. What the fuck are you gonna do? So it's like I'm gonna FOMO people on these Kincaid paintings whatsoever. We'll see. I'm working on the Real Deal. What? There's a graphic novel of Real Deal? How many pages? For Real Deal. Is that the comic you're working on for Chris P? Like, jeez. Yeah, no. So that'll be the grift. So, like I said, if I was a salesman, I would FOMO people and buying these Kincaid paintings for like $2,500 and so like that, and saying like, well, this is the last one, and if you don't get it now, then it's gonna go on for auction for like way more than the price would ever be, and stuff like that, where you won't be able to afford it, and you're gonna regret it if you don't purchase the Kincaid painting of Aladdin and stuff like that. And be like, oh, well, you know what? If it does come out in value, then I guess I can hold on to it, I suppose. And that'd be great. And I'll sell it, and I'll package it up and everything and whatnot and give it to you. And then I'll come back. I'll like wait till the next day and post it up again. They just pull out another Aladdin piece from under the table and dust it off. Yeah, absolutely. They just pull out another Aladdin piece. They're like, wow, finally made $2,500. Now back to the same grift. Like, holy shit. We're going to be grifting all this whole time. We're going to be doing this. Oh, you're doing 2 separate books for him. Doing 2 books. What's the other book about? We had Kincaid paint a bunch of the same paint by, right? Yeah, paint by numbers bullshit. I think that's what the studio's doing. They're all painting by numbers, Chad. They're all painting by numbers. Therefore, it keeps up with the same style. You know, a lot of people are pissed off at that one dude who invented painted by numbers. Listen, I've done that before. When I was like in community college, I'd be like, we're gonna do paint by numbers. This is really controversial and stuff like that, but it's really effective. Oh, it's life story. That's cool. The life story of Chris P. That's gonna be gonna be dope. But I watched that link more than 10 years ago. 10 years? Would you ever purchase a Salvador Dali by numbers? I would. Chris Pratt's life? No, Chris Pronowski from he's the owner of Titmouse and stuff like that. People call him Chris Pee-Pee. He's little Pee-Pee man. He's another animation industry player. He's the player of the game. The Titmouse used to be like a t-shirt company, and then somehow they're able to like sell out all their shit and then be able to make it to an animation company by, you know, through sheer networking, you know. That's how that works. There you go. We originally had that perfect. All right. I don't know why we had to add additional more to this. As long as it isn't Chris Chan, right? Yeah, as long as it isn't Chris Chan. Did you know that Chris Chan got kicked out of a PonyCon? Recently got banned from the PonyCon. I'm also going to be at Too Many Games, by the way, over in Philadelphia, which is the same area that Chris Chan cried at. So we're going to be there for sure. Absolutely. We're going to be there 100%. Like, Jesus. There we go. Do you know the story of Simba Lion, from The Lion King? I mean, I watched The Lion King multiple times. We're talking about the same Simba Lion, or is this another artist named Simba Lion? I'm gonna dip out. You're doing a hell of a job, Dal. Yep, thank you. No, the furry. No, I don't know about the furry. Yeah, it's nice seeing you again, Lawrence. I definitely like talking to you a lot. You're a very funny individual. No, the furry. No, I don't know about Simba Lion, the furry. Absolutely. Absolute. All right, looks like we are at the end of lunch hour here, guys. We're at the end of lunch hour, but I'm gonna bring this up again. So hey, so check this out. So Christy Shin is going to be at Chatsworth Blockfest on April 13th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you have to be over in Chatsworth, please stop by over there. It's located over in Chatsworth Porter Ranch, Chamber of Commerce of all things. And then after that, on the same month, she's going to be at Calgary Expo from April 25th through the 28th. So that's where she's going to be at as well. So that's what's going on here, is the situation for Chrissy Shin. So if you want to meet her in person, those are those locations this month that you're going to be able to see her at. So here we are. So anyways, we're going to be go ahead and leaving. Facebook me the article. Also, Chad, thank you for sending me a link to your comic, by the way. I enjoyed it was a good read. Good read for sure. I like the whole monster bit with the kid and everything else. Like, that's really good, and that was really intense. But yeah, let's go ahead and end this stream right now. So anyways, thanks for everyone for stopping by, especially for the lunch hour, the Hyde Herman Studio takeover by me, your host Hoy, illustrator, animator, graphic designer, and also voice actor, and all that wacky jazz. So anyways, thank you and bye-bye.